Black Friday is quickly approaching, so make sure to weigh down those handbags and obtain your open carry permit, because sending someone to the hospital is a small price to pay to get that air fryer for 50% off. But the truth is that Black Friday has calmed down a bit since its heyday. Certainly Amazon can take most of the credit for this. Their success has led to pretty much every major retailer focusing, at least partially, on Black Friday online sales. But that doesn't mean they don't still get desperate for in-store sales. Don't want to get up at 3 a.m. and stand in line? No problem. We're open at 4 p.m. on Thanksgiving, so you can skip family dinner altogether and fight someone else's grandmother for a Bluetooth speaker.
I'm not a big fan of shopping, but I love starting fights. And I cannot stress this enough. Your shopping cart is a weapon. Get out of the way, Grandpa! I will pry that Blu-ray player out of your cold, dead fingers.
But let's go back to a time before internet sales existed. The year was 1949. NATO was established. The term Big Bang was coined. George Orwell's 1984 was published. And Hamlet won the Academy Award for Best Picture. A boring movie based on a boring play written by the eternally boring William Shakespeare. Look, I'm sorry, I'm just not a Shakespeare fan. Get over it.
Yeah, I guess Ian's a real tough guy, going after a dead playwright who can't defend himself. Yeah, big man.
But perhaps more significant than all of those things would be that 1949 saw the opening of a department store called Mervyn's. Yes, I'm saying that a mall store is more significant than NATO. Let's get into it. Mervyn G. Morris opened the first Mervyn's location on July 29th in San Lorenzo, California. Originally, it was going to be called Mervyn's with an I, but a designer said that changing it to a Y would be better marketing-wise. Initially, the store sold factory seconds with minuscule flaws at a large discount. Kind of like what Ross or Burlington Coat Factory does now. The store became very popular among suburban families and opened its second store in 1962. By 1978, Mervyn's had more than 50 stores in 3 different states, and they were purchased by the company that owns Target. And by the 90s, Mervyn's had expanded further across the US, adding stores in Texas, Colorado, Arizona, Washington, Michigan, and Minnesota. I remember mostly going to Mervyn's for back-to-school clothes.
Find all the coolest stuff now at Mervyn's back-to-school sale. Mervyn's. Big brands, small prices.
Jinko jeans and a fresh pair of Airwalk sneakers. Surprisingly, the mall that housed the Mervyn's in town is still in business, though it's nowhere near its 90s glory. It's pretty sad these days. Behind me is where the Mervyn's once stood. It was actually a Burlington Coat Factory until a few months ago. There's a lot of shootings that happen at this mall for some reason, and the owners got kind of sick of it, I guess. So they moved across the street. It's honestly hard to imagine what Mervyn's would have been like on Black Friday, but they were definitely open.
Save on great gifts all through the store during Mervyn's holiday sale, starting Friday, 7 a.m.
See you there.
I mean, they basically just had clothing and jewelry. Pretty boring Christmas gifts, if you ask me.
But you can't play with socks.
Well, I think socks is a very good present.
It's a rule. The Christmas Eve present has to be a toy or a book or something good.
Alright, let's get back into some Mervyn's history. Isn't this fun? From 1995 to 2001, Mervyn's was renamed Mervyn's California in homage to its SoCal roots. They launched a media campaign that featured 49ers quarterback Joe Montana.
Running way behind, and we need the comeback kid to get these gifts delivered on time. Giddy up! What do you say, Joe?
Sure, but what can I do?
Oh,
Stores in Texas refused to add California to the name. Man, Texas is the worst. Literally the worst state in the union. You're too good to have the word California on a department store? That's just as silly as the whole freedom fries thing. And if you're so proud of Texas, then why are you all moving to Colorado? Get out of here! Whew. That really set me off, didn't it? In 2005, Mervyn's would shutter 62 locations and then another 17 in 2007. This would signal the beginning of the end, as 2008 would spell doom for the Mervyn's company. By the way, their CEO at this point was John Goodman. No, not the actor famous for The Big Lebowski and Monsters Incorporated. Just some guy named John Goodman. Mervyn's would liquidate all of its assets and close down all of their locations by the end of 2008. They had planned to restructure, but the Great Recession proved to be too much. Most of the locations were replaced by Kohl's and Forever 21 stores. Here's a fun fact. In the hit comedy show Brooklyn Nine-Nine, there's a quirky family named the Boyles who all love shopping at Mervyn's.
We look so cool right now. I feel like we're in a Mervyn's commercial. Mervyn's!
I know that Pappy's up there shopping for beige slacks at that Mervyn's in the sky. Mervyn's!
The best part about this is that Brooklyn Nine-Nine premiered in 2013. Most of the Mervyn's references were made at least 10 years after Mervyn's closed. That's hilarious. One thing I didn't realize before starting this video is that Mervyn's is actually back. Well, kind of. They started selling products online again earlier this year. There are signs of life.
Open.
So what became of Mervyn G. Morris, the man that started this humble company? Well, he passed away in 2021 at the age of 101. Hopefully he's managing that great Mervyn's in the sky. Before we go, I just want to say that this year, when you're shopping for your loved ones, try to enjoy yourself. Some of these physical stores we love may be gone too soon. I get that Christmas has become a little too commercial, but to me, there's something magical about walking into a store that's been all decked out with Christmas joy.